Hi and welcome to this second surfer scrapbook where we're going to talk about comparison. We are going to look at the southwest sunk, and you will see changes at the southwest sunk between 2019 and 2026, or will we? Because I think the surfer images are very good at illustrating changes, but it's for you to see whether or not that really works. Come and have a look. What we're going to do is to compare each annual chartlet year on year, starting here at 2019. And then we're going to end up at 2026. We can then see the net difference between those 8 years. Each chartlet is based on the same settings. That's the coordination system, the contours and colours, and also the grid values. This channel has been discussed in the blog and in the Catalyst video, so I'm not going to repeat why this is important. Other perhaps to say that the knoll and the position of this southwest sunk knoll on this position here is important. That's the drying area that is a critical area, as it can be dangerous. Yachts have gone aground there, fortunately with only damage to yachts rather than the crew. Now, as a point of reference as we go chartlet on chartlet, keep an eye on this line of latitude, 51 degrees 38 minutes 10 north. We'll compare that chartlet on chartlet. So here we are in 2019. We've got some good depths on the west side and very acceptable depths on the east side. Let's now see 2020. They go backwards, 2019, 2020. You can see the way the shape of the knoll has altered. We still have some good depths on the west side, slightly less depths on the east side, but it's still acceptable. Let's now look at 2021. Note now how this knoll is now beginning to touch on that line of 51.38.10. It's extended to the north. Good depths still on the west side and acceptable depths on the east side. There is a sort of start of a feature just here, which perhaps we'll see and go and look at 2022. That feature is underwater feature is extending a little bit here. Now in 2022 we're now over the line of 58.31.10, and we have just crept a little bit to the east. Depths on both west and east side are fine. 2023, the knoll is well over the line of 58.38.10 now. This feature is building, and this deep side is perhaps more regular. Depths on these sides still fine. 2024. Now we're over the line of 58.38.20. So this has gone further north and has tightened up the contours. This is steeper edged here. This feature also has developed, this underwater feature. Good depths here on the west and also on the east. 2025, further movement north. Still good depths both on west and east side, and this feature developing. Let's now compare 2026. Now, this knoll is touching 38.30 north. So this has gone from down at this line at 2019. It's now up here. A word here about scale and distance. Each line of latitude here is 185 meters apart. This is a scale drawn at 1 to 1850, so we can actually show some precise detail. Let's have a look now at a comparison between 2026 and indeed 2019. Let's go backwards year on year first, 2021 to 2025, 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020, and now back at our starting point, 2019. Now we can compare 2019 and 2026 directly. That just shows the extent of the movement. Back to 2019 and back to 2026. Now there's a little bonus we can show. For people who've seen the blog, you'll see that we had produced my first ever chartlet in 2014, which was incomplete because I hadn't set down a proper pattern for collection of data, and we had no data here of where the sand knoll was because we went down there at low water, so obviously we could only float where there was enough height of tide, but we followed as close as we could around this sandbank here. So now just compare this in 2014 to 2026. Let me take that back and freeze that halfway. So in 2014 I'd gone round through this gap for the first time. I'd gone along here, but this would now be impossible. And indeed this was where I was exploring the north side of that channel, which is way over here. That shows the extent of the movement. Actually, if we compare where we were in 2014, which was about here at 3780, and now we're saying this is at 3830. That's a measure of 950 meters, or half a nautical mile. Now bear in mind that sand here isn't the light sand of the beach that runs through your fingers or feet. This sand is rock hard, yet the wind and tide does move it. A paradox. But this shows how good this is. If we look at 2026, I've commented about the tight contours there. If there is a wind blowing in this direction here and a yacht gets in trouble and touches here, they will lose all control and be in some difficulty. So keeping away from these tight edges is critically important, and hence why we need the scale of this sort of chartlet to have available. And also we have the quality of the chartlet from Surfer that provides clear, valuable professional standards. That's us collecting data at the time. Now have a look at the third scrapbook, which is about characteristics.